This is the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here.
Our CES coverage is also sponsored in part by GoDaddy.com. Get domain names, cloud hosting, and dedicated servers. All easy to manage and configure. GoDaddy has all your web needs. Visit TPN.TV/GoDaddy for special CES offers. And we're going to bring on lead developer and product manager of Altair Semiconductor, Mr. Aaron Eshed. Did I pronounce? Oh, I got Matthew with this. I apologize.
No problem. How are you?
Matthew, welcome to TPN.TV.
Thank you.
And so tell me, what is, now when I hear the word Altair Semiconductor,
Altair.
that
Altair,
brings
yes.
up some, so tell me, you're not related to the company that was like, it was very famous years ago, were you?
No, we are not. We're an Israeli startup company.
Okay, great.
About 7 years old.
Okay.
We're based near Tel Aviv. We've got about 200 employees around the world, and we develop LTE single mode chipsets.
So what's powering my iPhone, or some phones will have your chipsets in them, yeah?
Correct. But we're much more than just phones. Right now, we see the LTE revolution for us, at least, really taking off once voice over LTE picks up. But right now, for us, it's all about data. M2M applications, tablets, USB, LTE USB dongles. That's the name of the game for us now. We're rolling out our products across the U.S., Europe, Asia, and India right now. So
probably different devices, too, that go
Correct.
beyond tablets. The folks we just talked about live stream, they just introduced a new broadcaster box. It's got a Verizon
right
LTE inside it. And I don't know if it's your chipset, but long story short, every device all of a sudden is going to have either GSM or going to have LTE or something in the actual device.
Correct. Yeah? That's correct. It's very clear that the market is moving to LTE very quickly. And right now, actually, we just certified back in the summer on Verizon's network. Our chipset is certified by Verizon, which means our customers, wherever they are around the world, can get their products into the Verizon network quickly and easily. So we're going to see a quick uptake in terms of our shipments over the next year to year and a half.
One of my biggest fans that watches my show on a regular basis is from Israel, and he's always turning me on to originally startups, and he's always, you got to check these guys out. And actually, one of the companies he was pitching me to check out is actually in acquisition mode with Apple right now. Apple's getting ready to suck them up. So, boy, I'll think about top of my tip of my tongue here in a minute, but there's a lot of technology going on in Israel, isn't there?
I mean, there's a ton of technology and R&D going on. There was a famous book written a couple of years ago called The Startup Nation, which really details the technologies and the startups that are in Israel now. There are thousands of startups being operated and launched every day in Israel. It's quite amazing. Considering our geographic location and thinking about the impact that Israeli companies and technologies have on the world. Our Israeli products are in many devices that people use on a daily basis, on applications such as Waze, and it's quite significant for us as well that we're based in Israel, and able to tap into the market and the talent that is in that country. And right now, although we do also have offices around the world as well, and really developing and expanding our footprint.
One thing it says here, and you kind of mentioned upon it, but it's important to reiterate that you guys are the first LTE chipset to be certified by Verizon.
Correct.
That's pretty big. And so did they make their own chips before that?
No. So what happened is Verizon is now certifying chipset providers so that they can then get products from other suppliers onto their network. So what it means is that our customers don't have to certify individual products on the network. They can then say our product, whether it's a tablet or an LTE USB stick, has an Altair chipset inside of it. They're good to go really quickly onto the Verizon network.
From a standard standpoint, they just got to go through the other regression testing and all
that. But the chipset has already been certified, approved, can work on the Verizon network, and Verizon is making a big commitment to LTE. And we were the first one to certify on their network.
I think what people should also understand that the Consumer Electronics Show doesn't always just mean products. Mm-hmm. It means technology. It means people here with technology, here with chipsets. You know, the USB Interpreters Forum in the South Hall, you've got guys that have USB 3.0 certified modules that they're basically here to pitch to vendors to get into their devices. So
correct.
How's your show been so far from people coming and say, we want your chips?
The show is great. It's a great venue for us to be in. It's become much more strategically important for us over the last few years to be at a show like this, as well as at shows like Mobile World Congress.
Right.
You know, being in Israel, Mobile World might be a little bit more important for us, but this is a very, very important. We have, just based on our work with Verizon, we've had numerous meetings come out of that work. We're now in the process of certifying with AT&T as well. We're meeting with all sorts of vendors and hardware manufacturers, both based in the U.S. as well as around the world. So this is a very important venue for us.
Well, it sounds like, you know, it's interesting to get this perspective, don't you think?
Yeah, the inside perspective. I want to know, where do you see LTE going? So like Todd mentioned that it's embedded in a live streaming video device. What other kinds of devices do you see receiving LTE?
Well, I mean, what's really exciting for a lot of people is the M2M applications.
Right.
That's going to be very, very exciting, and that's right in our sweet spot right now. In other words,
MTM?
M2M, machine to machine. In other words, machines communicating to machines over LTE. So you can have an application such as smart grid applications or smart water meter readers.
Yep.
And that's all going to be powered by LTE, and that's really where the market is going. It's way beyond, as you said before, handsets. It's much, much more than that, and that's very exciting for us.
And sometimes those are very small data trickle streams. They're just feeding a little bit of information.
Correct.
You know, so the network load is nothing compared to me sitting here refreshing my page every 5 minutes.
Correct, but there's so much data of it, so that adds up.
That's true.
You'll be able to do it over LTE is going to change it for a lot of companies.
Well, very cool. We want to thank you for coming out and coming over to our studio here, and
thank you.
And good luck with your show.
How's the show been for you guys?
It's been busy. Yesterday was kind of hit and miss, but we've been boom, 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 boom today.
That's great.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks
Take care.
so much.
Thanks. Have a great show.
You too.
So make sure you check out Altair Semiconductor. If we got someone out there that wants to put and chip in something, I'm sure they'll want to talk with you. And you can find them at altair.semi.com or altair-semi.com. Okay. All right. Good. So I guess what we can do is talk a little bit about our other sponsor here. Talk about the folks over at GoDaddy.com. We've got a great product for you. And if you have not yet built your own website, or if you're a small business and you're trying to get online for the first time and you don't have a tech staff, you don't have a lot of background on how to put a blog up or just really, if you're having complications in just getting to that next level, Website Builder. It's 300 templates, 5,000 royalty-free images. The sites are all mobile ready. You get a free domain name with the purchase of an account, and we're going to give it to you for 50% off. All you got to do is visit TPN.TV/GoDaddy. We'll give you all the information. There's information there about the product itself. And all you got to do is click on the banner on the website and go over to the website, and that 50% is automatically locked in on a one-year plan. So sign up for a one-year plan. That way we'll get credit for that. And I tell you what's really important there is if you don't go to TPN.TV, use our promo code WST50. Another thing I want to promote while we're waiting for our next guest to come on is we have on the TPN.TV website, we actually have a TPN.TV/gear. All the gear that we're using here during the show is actually highlighted on that webpage as well. So make sure you get over there and check all that. We got starter kits for podcasters. We got everything from beginners to pros in there.
This is the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here.